The following is a live copyrighted presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for RadioLawTalk.com with your host, Frederick Penny, attorney at law. And now, RadioLawTalk.com.
Welcome back to Hour 3 of RadioLawTalk.com. I'm Frederick Penny, your host, with Denise Dirks, Todd Cunin, and my friend, now she's my good friend, after 1 hour, Mary Waltermire. We've got Cal Hunter behind the illustrious glass, our producer, three-time Emmy. Mary, did you know he's a three-time, this is true, Emmy Award nominee, but never a winner?
It's a sad story.
It's a sad story.
So
I'm so sorry.
He's been called a loser 3 times in his life.
Oh, he's been called a nominee. There's more than one way to look at it.
At least 3 times. At least I was nominated. I got
true.
to go to the dinner, although it cost a lot of money. But that's not the point.
Yeah, but Todd, how many times have you been nominated for Emmy?
I have not been nominated ever
Denise?
for an Emmy.
Well, my niece Emily nominated me as best aunt.
Mary, have you ever been nominated a nominee before for Emmy?
Not for an Emmy.
Okay, me neither. So I guess, Cal, that does put you ahead of us.
I guess I could at least say that.
Yeah,
But,
so Cal is famous, but I'm just wondering, Cal, what happens? I've always wondered what happens. You sit there and they're like, and the winner is, and you're like, you're like fidgeting and eating your little steak, and that's what happens.
Making sure there's no spinach in your teeth.
I got a speech ready. I'm set.
Yeah, that was what. Did you have the speech in the lapel
I had all
pocket?
the people to thank. I had everything because this is for the Northern California Television Arts and Sciences. So it's the Bay Area, Sacramento, Fresno, Hawaii. The Northern California.
Yeah.
Go down there. Nice dinner in San Francisco. Very nice people, really. But the third time you lose. Nobody makes eye contact.
No, you know you're in trouble when you show up the third time and they're like, your seat is seat 742 in the back corner.
I took my wife the first 2 times. Third time I said, really, there's no point. I'll just be...
You know how on the Academy Awards they have these gift baskets that they give not only the presenters but everybody who's nominated for.
Yeah.
These gift baskets are thousands of dollars and involve like week-long walking trips through Japan.
Swag.
It's incredible. What was your gift package like for?
It was actually 2 candy corn.
Okay.
I'm curious about this speech. If you were nominated 3 times, did you just take the same speech or did you write it over again?
Man, that is so cold.
Re-gifting the speech. I love it.
Of course I did. But I scratched out a few people who had moved on to different markets.
Oh, okay.
Mary, by the third speech, all the names were scratched out.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like, I'm thanking nobody. Give me my award.
My third speech went very simply this. It's about time. Thank you. And then I was going to sit down.
But the pre-canned speeches and press releases, just hearkening back to Justice Gorsuch's nomination, did you see there was one group that was going to oppose whatever nominee came out, and their press release said, we are adamantly opposed to XX because they represent this. It was clear that the press release had been written long before the nominee was announced, and they didn't put his name in. Released.
Oh, nice.
Funny, that's what happened to me at the Emmys. We strongly oppose.
You know what? This is what we can do. The 3 of us that are here all the time, the hosts, let's do everything we can to build Radio Law Talk so Cal can become a 4-time nominee, 1-time winner.
Okay.
I'm down with that.
I'm
Okay.
good.
All right, we're good with that. All right, Stephen, you're going to do a little bit of extra work for us to make sure that happens. All right.
It really is a nice dinner.
No pressure. No pressure. No pressure at all.
You get a job. By the way, Stephen's looking for a job as a lawyer, so that's why we're out there shouting out from. You'll probably get a couple calls from Dallas and Minnesota. You don't mind flying back there, do you?
And soon, Chicago.
Yeah, we're going to Chicago.
Beyond the air
and I
Chicago
just
really
heard
soon.
they might be putting us, and all these mites, and it irritates me because I'm impatient. I want to be there tomorrow.
Chicago's a done deal. It's just a matter of timing.
Right, the done deal that's already done, but it's just that. But they're now talking about North Carolina, Iowa, and Washington, including Olympia, Spokane, and a suburb of Seattle. I'm not saying we're doing it, but we're in discussions, and so we're trying. It's just everybody wants us. But you know what? Here's the most important thing. Those listeners, we're in the Amargosa Valley. That's
exactly.
all that matters is we thank the Amargosa Valley.
I like the Amargosa Valley.
I do too, and Amargosa Valley is who we love. But here's what we're going to do the third hour, which everybody loves. We're going to do Case or No Case, and Mary's going to be able to play Case or No Case with us.
And
you know
we have
what?
the same rules. If she wins points, can she give them to whomever she would like?
Oh, no, Cal, don't
because
do
Bob,
that.
remember Bob? With Bob, we did that, and I was the recipient.
She can give them to whomever she wants that is not participating in this show.
Yeah, okay, can't be.
No.
C-Rod.
So
No.
she can choose to give the points to whoever she wants that is not otherwise participating in
No,
this.
she can choose anybody she wants. They're her points. She can
Thank
award-
you, Cal. Thank you.
She can award them to
Bravo.
anyone she chooses.
That's no fair because I'm going to lose again. And I'm not getting lemon bars.
Not that they're competitive, Mary.
No, definitely not competitive.
Because we know, Mary, who you're going to side with. This is an automatic. Cal. You're
what's-
siding with Cal.
Well, what's the point worth?
Well, actually,
he'll
you get to
explain it.
decide. My wife will provide lemon bars when somebody reaches 100, and they get to be the person who disperses the lemon bars among the. So they can keep like all of them for themselves, which has happened before, or they can hand out part of one to Fred and.
In other words, I'm not going to lose. Part of one to Fred. All right, let's go. Roll it, Cal. Let's go.
Now it's time to play Case or No Case.
Fred, I like the Fred. Fred.
I take you now to Reno, Nevada. Yes, friends, the Silver State, where a gentleman named Irving Pincus is driving along in his Hyundai and is rear-ended by another vehicle, the driver of which has no insurance. Mr. Pincus did not feel like he was fairly treated by his insurance company, and so he decided to sue his insurance company to recover all of his pure damages because he did, after all, have uninsured motorist coverage. His insurance company countersued him because they said the amount of uninsured motorist coverage he carried was inadequate. And so I ask you first off, is that a case? And if it is a case, what is the outcome? We started with Fred last time. I guess we could start with our guest. Mary, what do you think?
Oh, my
case or no
goodness.
case? And if so, what would be the outcome?
It's strange enough that I have to say it's got to be a case.
Rookie mistake.
No.
Okay, so you say it's a case, and if so, what would the outcome be?
Oh, goodness. There's an insurance company involved. I think the insurance company probably won.
Okay. Well, there you go. So she says case, victory for the insurance company. The Mr. Cunin, case or no case, and the outcome, if you please.
I will say that this is a case, but I'm going to disagree with my esteemed colleague here, and I'm going to say that Mr. Pincus prevails because I'm just going to go out on a limb and say at the end of the day, the court is not going to be happy with an insurance company that took no thought and no qualms to take the premiums for this inadequate uninsured motorist claim, and that turned around and tried to stick it to the little guy and then countersued him once he tried to stand up for his rights. So I'm going to say that it is a case and that Mr. Pincus wins.
Mr. Penny, case, no case, outcome.
Oh, obviously this is my genre.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
the answer is this is the most ridiculous sounding case in the world. There's no way this would have happened. But it's got to be a case because it's so stupid, and the last one was so intelligent, and it was not a case. So I'm trying to gain points, but I know I'm going to lose. But I know it is a case because it's so off the wall. We've got 30 seconds. I'm going to go through it. Yeah, you can. You could sue your insurance company for what's called bad faith if they didn't treat you well. But you said there's uninsured motorist. He can make a claim against his uninsured motorist. But finally, why did they countersue him? I don't know, but I'm going to say case, they lose. I'm with Todd. We'll be right back after the break.
Who's they?
The insurance company loses.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back after the break.
The answer to case or no case coming up on Radio Law Talk.
All advertising for legal services on Radio Law Talk are for California legal services only. Business needs growth to survive, and Accelerate You is in the business of growing your business. Accelerate You gets it. They have sales professionals, real top talent teams. Accelerate You has venture capitalists, and Accelerate You has strategic partners who roll up their sleeves and help you grow your business. It's what they do. They help people in business just like you. In fact, last year, Accelerate You launched 30 successful go-to markets for startup companies. With success like that, you can see why Accelerate You is able to only work with a select group of companies, perhaps yours. If you want to increase revenue for your business, call 916-BETTER-0. That's 916-237-7370. 916-BETTER-0. Come on, grab the phone. Make the call. Accelerate You. 916-BETTER-0. Again, call 916-BETTER-0 for Accelerate You.
Hi, I'm Frederick Penny of Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers. I bet you're tired of hearing lawyer commercials. So just relax and listen to music for a few seconds. When you or a family member has been injured, call 800-616-4LAW or see us at PennyandAssociates.com. See, that wasn't so bad.
This is Denise Dirks. We can represent clients in divorce, legal separation, child and spousal support, custody, termination of parental rights, step-parent adoptions, guardianships, and even conservatorship matters. Call 1-877-886-7186 for a consultation.
The law offices of Denise L. Dirks provide family law services in Northern California. When the law affects your family, call 877-886-7186. The family of attorneys at Denise L. Dirks is here to help. The cost of getting rid of garbage is high, and recycling products is lucrative. If you're a business or know of a business that needs an individual compactor or baler, call Northwest Compacting at 888-201-0911. If you already have an industrial compactor, baler, or shredder and need service, don't forget to call Northwest Compacting at 888-201-0911. Northwest Compacting, your full-service industrial compacting and baling company. Read more about them at northwestcompacting.com.
Many women have so many clothes in the closet, but then we go to get dressed and find we have nothing to wear. We've all been there. We all want to be comfortable and fashionable at the same time, and it's difficult to find clothing that makes that task effortless. But at Letty & Company, you can find trendy, comfortable clothing that is affordable, things you'll want to wear every day. Shop with a purpose, online with free shipping. Just go to LETTYandcompany.com. LettyandCompany.com.
The following announcement brought to you by SacramentoLawyer.com. Finding the right lawyer for your particular needs can be confusing. With all the commercials and listings, and who's to say whether the lawyers there are even any good at what they do. So when you're looking for a lawyer, it makes sense to find someone local with the experience and expertise in that area of the law where you have a need. That's why there is SacramentoLawyer.com. SacramentoLawyer.com. At SacramentoLawyer.com, you just browse the site, free, and see the Facebook reviews on the firms you're considering with just a simple mouse click. That way you learn a little bit more about the lawyers there before you start making this critical decision. And there's no pressure. Use the right tool to find the lawyer that's best for you by going to SacramentoLawyer.com. SacramentoLawyer.com. That's SacramentoLawyer.com.
You're listening to RadioLawTalk.com. And now back to your host, Frederick Penny.
Yeah, if you want to call in on our great, illustrious, who knows what's going on, Cal Hunter, case or no case, 855 Law Radio, or tweet us at Radio Law Talk, or hashtag Radio Law Talk. We can see there's been no takers, Cal, the first hour, and there's no takers so far this hour. And guys, Steven is sitting there bored to tears. Someone call, a friend of mine, that's all three of you. Call and just call so Steven can do something, all right? But call us about what's going on here on Case or No Case. Cal, review it.
And by the way,
we still need to hear what Denise has to say.
Yes, it's Denise's turn here.
But I want to
review. But just in case people just tuned in over the break here, by way of review, very quickly, Irving Pincus, Reno, Nevada, rear-ended in his Hyundai by someone who does not have proper insurance. He files a claim against his insurance, ends up suing them. He says they're not treating him fairly. The insurance company countersues and says, you're the one that bought low-limit uninsured motorist coverage, not us, and so we're going to sue you because you sued us. And so the question is, case or no case?
I'm going to say that it's a case, and I'm going to say that the countersuit actually fulfilled the cause of action under the underlying suit. So, in other words, what I'm saying is that it showed the bad faith of the insurance company. They countersued their own insured, saying that you didn't have enough uninsurance to begin with, and that's their duty to try to provide the uninsurance that's going to be adequate for the insured. So by them countersuing and saying you didn't have enough and you should have known better, it pretty much showed the bad faith.
Well,
I think.
I love you, Denise. What the heck did you? What that? Did you catch those circles? Did you hear those circles? I was lost.
Here.
Yeah. Denise, you are the most intelligent lawyer I know. You're the smartest lawyer I know. That was the most circle roundabout way to say something.
Okay,
Cal, what did she say?
I think she said because the insurance company provided the insurance in the first place, the fact that they sued their own insured proves that they lacked good faith, or in other words, showed bad faith, and therefore they lose the case. That's basically.
Thanks for clarifying.
Isn't that what I'm?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm not as dumb as I thought, because there for a minute my head was like swimming.
Good. I thought I was the only head swimming. Wait, Mary, be honest. Was your head swimming a little bit on that answer?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, shoot.
See, we think alike.
We know who's getting her point.
Yeah, the women are taking over.
It's a matter of deductive, inductive reasoning, right?
Deductive, inductive reasoning.
No, what it is, Todd, is we got two intelligent women here with two dumb dudes. That's what we got.
So now, according to my tabulations, Denise currently has 52 points. Mr. Penny has 49 points. Todd Cunin has 53 points.
Ooh, that's close.
We are very close here. And so the question is, those of you who said it was not a case, may I see a show of hands? Who said it was not a case?
Nobody.
It was not a case.
Oh! You are tricking us every time.
Well, I
could have caught up.
The only reason I know this is because when I was renewing my automobile insurance with my guy, he says, you got to make sure your limits on uninsured motorists are pretty high, because they'll cap that at whatever your limits are on uninsured motorists. You got to make sure you've got enough, as if, like 10 times, whatever he said. But he said you got to make sure that your uninsured limits are the same as your regular limits, because otherwise you're going to get.
But I wasn't. I said that was unintelligent. Didn't I say that was just very it did not make sense?
You were right.
And I was right, but then I say that's usually a case, and the intelligent ones are not the case. He's tricking us.
He's getting really good at it, and he's done two, guys. Two.
Well, but last
you
week,
have met the challenge.
I have.
Having two made-up cases.
And I skunked you on the last one. So that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes our case.
You know what?
No case.
Here's the positive thing about it. We know Mary would have transferred her numbers to the beautiful Denise Dirks sitting next to me, and they would have colluded against you and I, so no points for them.
I would have given her one of the lemon bars.
That was the whole point. She looked like the person who was most likely to get me a lemon bar.
That's true. Now, that is true, because I think the kiddies would get them first from Todd.
That probably would.
Collusion. I'm calling for a congressional investigation. All right, moving along.
Oh, let's move on here. So we were talking about immigration. Call us at 855 Law Radio. We've got Mary here, and I know we're talking a lot about immigration and maybe overkilling it a little bit, and we're really not, because when we have a guest like Mary here, who's the superstar in immigration law, we love having her here. It's time to just get into delve in this area of law, because we're always putting it off because we don't have a person that knows what they're doing. So let's move on. What are some other? How do we legally come into the country if we're outside the country, Mary? What's the general? You kind of mentioned there's 3 different ways that you can come in, and how long does it take, or what?
Yeah, and we'll talk about the petition process too. But let's name the legal ways.
Oh my goodness!
What if Google wants you? What if Google wants you? Let's start with that.
Oh, if Google wants you, it depends on what Google wants you for. There are so many different kinds of visas, and they're usually a letter in the alphabet. And I know we're up to U, V. I don't think we have any W visas yet.
Oh, my gosh.
But no, it's incredibly complicated.
Wow.
So if Google wanted you, I'm guessing that you're a highly skilled worker. Probably that would be an H-1B, except the H-1B has a lottery because there are only a certain number available each year. So
usually
April
engineers,
1st.
like they're usually like engineers, right? Like computer engineers, or
I don't do H-1Bs, but yeah, computer
They
engineering.
have to have
and
some kind of a special reason to be here. They
related
have to,
technical stuff.
Yes.
That's a common basis.
Let me ask a slightly different scenario. I'm a Mexican citizen. I'm living in Mexico City, and I decide, you know what? I want to take my family and I want to move to America.
Are you talking about Rodriguez again?
I'm a plumber. I
Oh.
want to move to America. I want to become a U.S. citizen. What's the likelihood I can just go and move and get a visa and get in? What would that process be?
Oh, my goodness. Well, if you have no family here and you don't have a higher degree, probably your only avenue would be EB-5. You got to have $1 million.
yes, a treaty
and
trader.
you got to invest
Right?
in a
So
business.
So when you wonder why people are coming to the United States legally, and you say, well, wait a second, just follow the legal route like everybody else did, for someone like that, there really isn't one.
That's
is
true.
there?
That's true.
That's correct.
Okay.
All right, we're going to be back. We're already at bottom of the hour. We got a half hour left with Mary. Give us a call at 855-LAW-RADIO. I'm Fred Penny, your host.
Or tweet us at Radio Law Talk or hashtag Radio Law Talk.
There's more Radio Law Talk coming right up, right here.
All advertising for legal services on Radio Law Talk are for California legal services only.
This is Denise Sturks. We can represent clients in divorce, legal separation, child and spousal support, custody, termination of parental rights, step-parent adoptions, guardianships, and even conservatorship matters. Call 1-877-886-7186 for a consultation.
The law offices of Denise L. Dirks provide family law services in Northern California. When the law affects your family, call 877-886-7186. The family of attorneys at Denise L. Dirks is here to help.
My name is Frederick Penny of Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers. I've assembled an excellent team of highly experienced personal injury trial lawyers. We understand the other side, which gives us a distinct advantage over our competition. At Penny & Associates, we will aggressively represent you and your family when someone has been injured in an accident. Remember, we don't get paid unless we win.
For a free initial consultation, go to pennylawyers.com or call 1-800-616-4LAW and ask for Frederick, Stuart, Rob, Kevin, Kent, or Will. That's Frederick Penny at Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers, 1-800-616-4LAW.
Hi, I'm Frederick Penny of Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers. I bet you're tired of hearing lawyer commercials. So just relax and listen to music for a few seconds. When you or a family member has been injured, call 800-616-4LAW or see us at pennyandassociates.com. See, that wasn't so bad.
The cost of getting rid of garbage is high, and recycling products is lucrative. If you're a business or know of a business that needs an individual compactor or baler, call Northwest Compacting at 888-201-0911. If you already have an industrial compactor, baler, or shredder and need service, don't forget to call Northwest Compacting at 888-201-0911. Northwest Compacting, your full-service industrial compacting and baling company. Read more about them at northwestcompacting.com. Business needs growth to survive, and Accelerate U is in the business of growing your business. Accelerate U gets it. They have sales professionals, real top talent teams. Accelerate U has venture capitalists, and Accelerate U has strategic partners who roll up their sleeves and help you grow your business. It's what they do. They help people in business just like you. In fact, last year, Accelerate U launched 30 successful go-to markets for startup companies. With success like that, you can see why Accelerate U is able to only work with a select group of companies, perhaps yours. If you want to increase revenue for your business, call 916-BETTER-0. That's 916-237-7370. 916-BETTER-0. Come on, grab the phone. Make the call. Accelerate you. 916-BETTER-0. Again, call 916-BETTER-0 for Accelerate You.
Many women have so many clothes in the closet, but then we go to get dressed and find we have nothing to wear. We've all been there. We all want to be comfortable and fashionable at the same time, and it's difficult to find clothing that makes that task effortless. But at Letty & Company, you can find trendy, comfortable clothing that is affordable. Things you'll want to wear every day. Shop with a purpose online with free shipping. Just go to LETTYandcompany.com. LettyandCompany.com.
I've got to get my car washed. This dirt, it just won't do. But I don't have no time today. I don't know what I do.
Man, I know this place right down the road. Quick, quack, car wash. Hop inside, let's take a ride and watch this cat shine. Just come and see, I guarantee your ride will steal the show. Come on, quick, quack, car wash. Don't drive that dirty car.
All right, guys, we need to have you read some lines for our disclaimer promo. But first, can anybody tell me what a disclaimer is? All right, then. Well, Denise, you go ahead.
Non uti concilius me oriere perquestis properium juris consult.
Latin, that's a nice touch. Thank you, Denise. Next time we'll try it in English, if that's okay. Fred, how about you?
Cal, I don't want to read all this. Can't we just tell the people that we're discussing general legal issues and they should hire their own attorney instead of relying on what we have to say here?
Well, we could, I guess. Chris?
I'm not going to be there anyway. Why have me do it?
Let's have Todd do it.
Me? Read disclaimers? Why, I couldn't. The information you hear on Radio Law Talk is general.
The preceding promo was for entertainment purposes only. And if you want true legal advice, contact your own lawyer. Just a tip from your friends at Radio Law Talk.
Be sure to read our disclaimers on RadioLawTalk.com as well.
Go to the website, radiolawtalk.com. You can listen to the show there, and there's a lot of other good information, too. That's radiolawtalk.com.
We're back to hour 2.5 with Fred and Todd. We're not going to mention the ladies because they've been hammering on Todd and I. Todd, let's just you and I talk. How's the kitties, Todd?
Oh, they're doing outstanding,
Yeah,
finally adjusting to the new house.
That's right, you do have a new house.
That's right. I recently moved, and the house, it's a little smaller than what I had before, but the cats are adjusting nicely. So is the dog.
Oh, that's right, you have a dog.
Yes.
And Mary was saying she couldn't believe you had a dog and
that got along with the cats.
Yeah. Well, the cats were there before the dog. The dog does not get along with other animals. But the dog also understands hierarchy, and so the dog knows, okay, the cats were here first. There's 3 of them. Actually, there were only 2 cats there before. Then the dog came in, but the dog has realized that the 3rd cat that we got is over her on the totem pole.
So dog is 4, you're 5.
Oh, no. Then my daughter, then my son. I am 8.
Oh.
Hey, then the ex-wife, then the mom, then the dad, and then all that.
I'm in the double digits somewhere. Yes.
What about you? Are you in the single digits or double digits, Denise?
I have 1 dog.
Mary, are you a single digit person or a double digit?
Oh, I have 1 dog, and there's an argument about who's boss.
So you're
I
number
think most
2?
of the time I am.
Most of the time you're the boss?
I think so, most of the time.
Okay.
Unless it involves food.
Yeah, Todd has a kitty. All right, Denise, let's talk about immigration law.
Okay, so there's immigration that based on family. Like you can have a spouse or son or daughter, or parent or brother or sister that you can sponsor and bring in. That's a legal way to come in. You can also have a fiancé that's from a foreign country that you can bring over for purposes of getting married.
Okay, let's stop right there. I have a question about that. I have a friend that goes to Russia a lot. Quite frankly, he goes to Russia and he goes to back to Europe and he dates these gals who we're politically neutral, but he's in his 50s and he's dating 20-year-old gals. And I know they like him for his looks. I'm sure of that. But tell me really what's going on, Mary. If this gal in Russia at 22 years old, marries my friend / guy I know in his late 50s from the United States. I've heard, now am I wrong? You get married, it's a 5-year wait. And then you can become, I'm not saying this is right, but this is what someone told me. And then, like, after 5 years, she can divorce him or whatever like that. Is that just a bunch of nonsense? I don't know.
It's mostly nonsense.
Yeah.
They're
Okay,
little grains, but mostly nonsense, yeah.
Okay, good. I like nonsense because
it depends on where you get married. It depends on when you bring your person over. Do you bring him over as a fiance? Right? That's a certain waiting period of time.
Todd, listen up to this,
Or
please.
do you bring him as a spouse? I think what you're asking is whether she can immigrate, and then how soon can she dump him?
That's exactly right, Mary. Thank you.
And
That's it.
hire
Wait a minute.
me.
You have to hit. There's got to be something to hit with that, like some sort of sound. That was. I can't believe, Cal, you're sleeping. That was a good sound.
I was so fascinated by the premise.
Okay, say it again, Mary. And then Cal, get ready. Get ready. Mary, say it again.
Yeah.
I think your question was, after she gets here, how soon can she dump him and still stay?
There you go. Okay, good one.
Good.
Okay, that's the question. What's the answer?
I would like to dump the ugly person that I married only because I could get in. Yes. How long do I have to wait to be able to do
next
that?
citizenship.
Yes.
Well,
not only is the air conditioning not working, but it's getting really hot in here. Go ahead, Mary.
the answer is it depends.
Depends.
There is no set rule, no set time that you have to stay together. But the shorter that period it is, the more suspicious DHS is going to be of whether that was a sincere marriage or not.
That's right, because you have to, once you get here, you have to then petition to get your spouse to be able to stay in the United States, and they do follow-up interviews. Correct?
Well, let's say you come as a fiance.
Okay.
Number one, you have to get legally married within 90 days.
Okay, let's assume they do that.
Okay.
Now, what is that fiance? Are they on a green card? What are they on?
You file a whole package of forms with immigration, and you wait for them to give you an interview. And by the way, you had an interview before you were allowed to come.
Okay.
right.
So they
For
could
the
deport
fiancé.
that spouse, technically. I mean, if they don't agree with it.
Yes.
So let's say you go to the interview and immigration is suspicious. They may sit on the case for a while, then they may do what we call bed checks. Show up at the house at 6 o'clock in the morning, knock on the door, see who's living there. But let's say this is a sincere marriage for your so-called friend.
So-called.
But
Look at Todd. He's thinking seriously right now. Keep going.
Dimitri, his friend Dimitri.
yes.
Dimitri.
But the lady may have ulterior motives.
Okay.
Somebody marrying a guy with ulterior motives? Say it isn't so.
Yeah.
Like vice versa, too, by the
So
way.
what happens in that case?
Well, it would depend on the evidence. So if you come as a fiance, you should probably get through that first interview. It's possible to do it without going to that interview, but boy, is that complicated.
Okay.
So you go through the interview. They say, okay, this looks like a sincere marriage. 2 years later, you're going to have to file another set of documents because you only got 2 years of permanent residency. It's called conditional residency.
Gotcha.
And they may or may not do another interview, but you have to go back and you have to demonstrate it's a sincere marriage. There are 3 exceptions. There was abuse. Mm-hmm. It was a good faith marriage, but it didn't work out, so you're divorced or getting divorced. Or hardship. You don't see hardship very often. So if the couple is not still together, that case is going to get a lot more scrutiny from immigration about whether it was sincere when they got married.
But
that's the test.
The longer they're married, the better it is for the spouse to stay or become a citizen of the United States. Is that correct?
Well,
generally speaking.
If you're living with and married to a U.S. citizen, you only have to wait 3 years after you get your green card to apply for U.S. citizenship, and you can apply 90 days early. If you're not, it takes 5 years, and you can apply 90 days early.
What about 65 years, my mother-in-law? Is that long enough being married, you think?
Oh, I don't know. They may scrutinize that marriage.
Yeah, that's.
I would love to see that initial interview with the fiance while you got the interview sitting there, and here they are, the couples across from the table talking about how much in love they are and how they met and everything. And here's some government worker. I'm not convinced. I don't think you love him. What? No. I'm going to need some more evidence. Show me some more evidence. You probably love this guy.
Smooch him. Smooch him.
Go
Give
ahead.
a smooch.
Kiss him.
Yeah.
Kiss him.
I've
Go
been.
ahead, Mary. Go, Mary.
Quite honestly, they don't seem to be terribly suspicious about older men and younger women.
No.
They tend to be extremely suspicious about older women and younger men.
Really?
It's the real world.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that insight. See, that's good insight for our listeners.
Well, I've been through an interview just like that for my husband, my first husband, and I will tell
Where's
you,
he from?
Oregon.
Austria.
Oh, no.
Oregon. Oregon.
It was a joke.
It's a good one, Cal.
It's the interview to get into California.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No,
Do you like fruit?
No, but
How about nuts? How about like pistachios?
Have you ever seen Aliens? Yes, all three. You're in. Right, that's fine. You'll fit in California.
So from
Go on. I
it was
digress.
extremely easy for us because the interview woman loved him.
Oh, really?
They loved him. They laughed. They joked. They just loved him because my first husband was kind of like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, he kind of had that attitude and the accent and stuff, and she loved him.
Get to the chopper. I love this interview.
So funny. So we didn't have
After the
any
interview's
problem.
over, I'll be back.
And yet,
This is awesome.
and yet, a friend of mine in Los Angeles married a Chinese bride. Went over there, met her in China, brought her over, married her here, and the day she got her citizenship, but all the second interview for 4 years and whatever months it was, bam, she filed and she was gone, and he was heartbroken.
Yeah.
He had
Yeah.
no idea.
That happens a
It
lot.
does happen.
It does. It happens quite. I see that often.
It happens
actually.
both ways. Both.
It does.
But just for good stories, my younger brother, his wife was not a U.S. citizen when he first met her. She came over. They were married within the 90 days after doing the interview. She went through the process to become a naturalized citizen. It took 6 months to get the visa, 8 months to get the visa, 2 to 3 years to get citizenship. They are on vacation right now celebrating their 25th wedding anniversary.
And see, that's why we do the things we do. Right?
Congratulations, David and Yvette.
That's awesome. Where was she
That's
from?
nice.
What?
South Africa.
South Africa. That's
Really?
excellent.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I love happy endings.
Yes, me too.
I think, Mary,
I do
this is the fascinating part to me because this is, at least me personally, this is what I hear a lot about, and we, as guys, we've talked about, the bride out of this place or that place that our older friends are going and meeting, or out of Vietnam or out of Philippines. This is a fact. This happens. That's what happens.
Yeah,
So-
and in California, if they can hold out to their 10th anniversary, because when you sponsor somebody to come over, you have sworn under penalty of perjury that you will support them above poverty level. And if they wait until their 10th anniversary, then they may have that kind of support the rest of their
we
lives.
have the same agreement on Radio Law Talk. We'll be right back with the last hour.
Stay tuned. Last segment of the show is coming right up.
All advertising for legal services on Radio Law Talk are for California legal services only. Business needs growth to survive, and Accelerate You is in the business of growing your business. Accelerate You gets it. They have sales professionals, real top talent teams. Accelerate You has venture capitalists, and Accelerate You has strategic partners who roll up their sleeves and help you grow your business. It's what they do. They help people in business just like you. In fact, last year, Accelerate You launched 30 successful go-to markets for startup companies. With success like that, you can see why Accelerate You is able to only work with a select group of companies, perhaps yours. If you want to increase revenue for your business, call 916-BETTER-0. That's 916-237-7370. 916-BETTER-0. Come on, grab the phone. Make the call. Accelerate You. 916-BETTER-0. Again, call 916-BETTER-0 for Accelerate You.
This is Denise Sturks. We can represent clients in divorce, legal separation, child and spousal support, custody, termination of parental rights, step-parent adoptions, guardianships, and even conservatorship matters. Call 1-877-886-7186 for a consultation.
The law offices of Denise L. Dirks provide family law services in Northern California. When the law affects your family, call 877-886-7186. The family of attorneys at Denise L. Dirks is here to help.
Jason Rosbach here with Fred Penny, managing attorney from Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers. Now, Fred, what type of cases are you dealing with now, and what sets you apart?
Jason, we help people with all types of personal injury cases. We're former insurance company trial lawyers. We understand the other side, which gives us a distinct advantage over our competition. Remember, we don't get paid unless we win.
That's Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennylawyers.com or give them a call, 1-800-616-4LAW. That's PENNEY lawyers.com.
Many women have so many clothes in the closet, but then we go to get dressed and find we have nothing to wear. We've all been there. We all want to be comfortable and fashionable at the same time, and it's difficult to find clothing that makes that task effortless. But at Letty & Company, you can find trendy, comfortable clothing that is affordable, things you want to wear every day. Shop with a purpose, online with free shipping. Just go to LETTYandcompany.com. LettyandCompany.com.
Since 1960, Iceberg Drive-In has been a family favorite for not only our famous thick shakes with unlimited delicious flavored combinations, but also our hand-breaded onion rings, delicious fries, and signature fry sauce. The Iceberg Shake Shop is perfect for high-traffic locations such as busy strip malls, recreational amusement centers, or near theaters. We are seeking qualified franchisees in the western United States. You'll have access to not only the popular Iceberg Drive-In name, but also our procedures, buying power, and operations. Plus, receive support dedicated to your success. For more information, email franchise@icebergdrivein.com or visit our website at icebergdrivein.com.
What makes great jerky? Jerky that's moist, tender, and perfectly seasoned. And if you're looking for moist, tender, flavorful jerky, don't look anywhere else but River City Jerky Works. Only the finest ingredients and top quality meats are used in the preparation of River City Jerky. Do yourself a favor and order your River City Jerky Works jerky by going to their website, rivercityjerkyworks.com. River City Jerky Works. One bite and you'll be hooked. Quite possibly the best jerky on the planet.
I've got to get my car washed. This dirt, it just won't do. But I don't have no time today. I don't know what I do.
Man, I know this place right down the road. Quick, quack, car wash. Hop inside, let's take a ride and watch this cat and shine. Just come and see, I guarantee your ride will steal the show. Come on, quick, quack, car wash. Don't drive that dirty car. Quick, quack, car wash. They'll have you looking sharp. Come on.
You're listening to RadioLawTalk.com. And now back to your host, Frederick Penny.
We're here with Mary Waltermire, immigration attorney, and we're having a lot of fun, and we're learning a lot about immigration law. If you have a question, call us 855-LAW-RADIO or tweet us at Radio Law Talk. Todd, you had a question?
I'm still very intrigued about this whole get a foreign spouse, from my perspective, get a foreign bride and bring her over. Do you see a situation like this? So let's say the guy goes and gets the bride from Russia, and she comes over and they get married, and obviously she's not a citizen yet, and he is going through this and he starts to realize that I have made a horrible mistake. Why did I do this? And he doesn't really want to break up with her, and then he hatches this unique plan. I may be able to get ICE to do my work for me because they're a cold agency. And all I have to do is sabotage the interview process.
That was late, Cal, by the way.
They won't think...
I didn't know what he was going to say. We have to rehearse these things.
They won't think that we're actually a couple, and she will get deported. All I got to do is engage in a little subterfuge.
And not have to pay... spousal support.
Exactly. Yeah. She gets punted, and I am scot-free.
I've actually seen similar situations happen. Usually, underlying that, your example, it's been a very abusive relationship.
Yeah.
Usually it has been. But, I've seen spouses or exes try and sabotage the immigration process. I've also seen spouses... U.S. citizens come in where they were had
by the one coming from the
by
outer.
the immigrant, and they've got evidence and they want to do something about it.
So, Mary, here's another question I have too. So, do you see it also that, generally speaking, like a lot of these, and I'm going to use brides coming from other countries, they're really, I'm going to say, abused, not physically, not mentally, but this person's bringing them in, and kind of taking advantage of them. In other words, like they're younger, they don't understand. All they know is they want to get to America. Not all of them, but some of them, and they're really, I guess, being treated not properly is what I'm trying to say by the spouse. Usually a man.
Certainly, I see that.
Yeah, I there's a lot of connection between family law and immigration.
There is.
And I actually had a client that was from Philippines, and a U.S. citizen man. He made sure that she was fertile, and then he married her, and they had a baby in the Philippines, and then he brought back the baby but not the mother, and filed for divorce, and then flagged with the State Department. This is horrible. Flagged with the State Department that if she tried to come in based upon their marriage, it was fraud.
Oh,
and
wow.
so then the mother, who was very young, could not come in. And so I was hired by the mother and other family members to get the child back to the Philippines.
Wow,
and
interesting.
It was a lot, big battle. It was a big fight, and it was so much fun because it involved international law, because the Hague Convention on Abduction did not apply.
Oh, wow.
So we had to take Philippine law, bring it to California, and say this is the law in the Philippines. The child's home state was the Philippines, and we had to apply Philippine law in California.
Oh, goodness.
It was super fun.
That's an interesting case that you get that. I mean,
what was the outcome?
Child went back to Philippines, corruption in Philippines, father paid off. Got a Philippine order and got the child back, or tried to get the child back, but mom had gone into hiding. And last time I had heard, the mom was in hiding. Mom had been arrested. The child was in hiding, and she was imprisoned because she didn't honor the Philippine order.
Wow.
Weird.
Wow.
Yeah,
Weird.
That's the last I heard of it. And to be quite candid with you, that happens all the time in countries that don't have that could have some corruption. Let's put it that way in their government systems.
Corruption in politics?
Well, government
Or in court systems? Never.
Yes.
Yeah. But that's interesting. So, Mary, you got any other type of interesting things you've seen in immigration that we haven't already talked about? We've talked about a lot of different things, but there's got to be some kind of cool stories. I know you've got them, and we're coming. This is our last segment, and I want to end this segment with just talking about some interesting stories that you know about, or generally heard, or even heard about of colleagues. That's what I want to know.
I know what I can talk about. These cases, I have so much fun with these cases.
Right.
When someone turns out to be a U.S. citizen and they didn't know.
Really?
How does that even come up?
If you're born in the United States, unless you're the child of a diplomat, everybody else is a U.S. citizen. But you can also derive citizenship from parents or occasionally grandparents. It does get complicated because the law changed a number of times. It depends on when you were born, when your parents were born. But so, for example, I have a U.S. citizen father who's deceased. He died right after the daughter was born at age 22.
Who was age 20? The dad?
The dad.
The dad was only 22. He was a Vietnam War vet.
Oh,
something bad happened.
Yeah.
But he'd gone to another country, got married, had a baby, and then right after the baby was born, a year later, he died. Well, the daughter is now my client, and we're trying to get her a U.S. passport.
Right.
She was born in wedlock to a U.S. citizen father. What we have to prove is that her father physically resided in the United States for 10 years before her birth, at least 5 of which were after the age of 14.
5 of which, okay, gotcha.
Okay, so we can use his military service. I've got these antique documents. You can hardly read them, and they're so interesting. But there are no school records. I'm in the process of trying to get permission to get census records and Social Security records, but this guy he never left the U.S. until he went into the service.
Wow.
But we have to prove that.
That's kind of like genealogy.
It's fun.
You're back looking through genealogy. So I mean,
like ancestry,
and it's even more fun when the client doesn't know, and you get to tell them.
You say,
"I'm here. How do I get my green card?" Do my background work. I said, "You don't need a green card. We're going to get you a passport.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah,
cool.
that
That's
is
a big
super
deal.
cool.
That
It
is
is.
huge.
That makes you feel happy.
That's
You know,
a
'cause
feel-good story, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everyone, we hear so much negative about immigration.
Yeah.
That's a good positive story because immigration, this country, and again, we got to step down the middle. This is an immigration country. That's all it is. And there are legal ways and good ways to have immigration. And we're fighting so much. Am I getting on my soapbox already?
It's okay.
But
You're wearing shoes.
I'm just trying to say, let's figure this out and I'll get along. No. And let's figure out a way to just make it work. Go ahead, Mary.
Everybody here shared a family story about someone in the family being an immigrant.
Right.
We are a country of immigrants.
Right.
We really are. And, in the family law context, one thing I wanted to mention is that if you're duped into having a spouse come over from another country just to get their green card, it does not qualify as fraud so that you can annul the marriage. You need to know that. That's really important. And what that means is if the marriage is annulled, there's no duty to support.
Oh, annulment cancels the affidavit of support.
That's correct. And so, but it does not, in and of itself, that's not enough to constitute fraud to make the annulment.
Interesting.
Legal.
Wow.
Guess what, Todd? Sitting here during this immigration 2 hours, have you decided which country you're going to go to yet?
I have decided that the benefits of remaining single far outweigh any of the hassles, and I will continue in my singleness.
No more responding to those mail order bride ads.
That's
or whatever they're
right.
called.
That's right.
Well,
You too.
You too. We've had a great time here, and especially Mary Waltermire. I want to say it right. Waltermire is an attorney that does immigration law. Thank you for coming, Mary. This is a topic we've been trying to hit, and we keep putting off. We could talk days about this. In fact, Denise has got a whole binder full that we can talk about.
We can't even get to the really fun part of the differences between the visas and the green cards and why they're different and all that. It's just really fascinating.
And promise me you'll come back if we ask you again. I mean, not that we won't,
try.
but we will work on a time when there's more immigration issues, because there's not a lot going on right now in the immigration, is there?
There's some little border.
It's
thing.
quiet.
It's quiet. Yeah, and we'll never have more. But
I'd like to say something too. Another part of the immigration issue is that Joe Giudice, he's actually one of the housewives' husband. He did bankruptcy fraud, and he may be deported. We have to watch that case because he's right now being looked at.
And I can tell you why if you want to know.
We'll talk later because we got 15 seconds. Stephen, thank you for helping us out. Hope you find a job. He's a Virginia law grad, and he just passed the bar. Is that right? We'll be right back. We won't be right back. We'll be right back in a week. I'm Fred Penny, your host of Radio Law Talk.
You have been listening to RadioLawTalk.com, a copyrighted presentation of Radio Law Talk Incorporated.